Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. It's Kay here, welcoming you back to my channel. It's July, and so for the first time this month I'm going to share some makes in the hope that I will inspire or at least give you something pretty to look at. And without further ado, we'll get cracking. Now, I have done other things in between this. I've done a little bit of batch cooking, excuse me, a couple of pocket letters, all sorts of things, stuff for woolly stuffs, ATC swap, and also the art journal, but these are things that I have to show you today. And I made some more of these very lovely little pocket books and dressed them up a little bit more using Artymaze papers as always. These are just so ideal. I can't remember how many you get to a printout, but it is floral, it is gorgeous. I've also taken some of the sentiments that she shared a little while ago about nature and all her beauty, and just wanted to put them in this setting because I think it looks so very, very lovely. They're not very time consuming to make. You can use up little bits and pieces on your desk if that's what you choose to do. I've just used some craft card, some cream card, the actual digital printout which I've cut from the sheet very simply, and then layered up this little sentiment here with a little bit of the linen that I've just shredded and made to look a little bit shabby, the inevitable crystal glitter from the Stickles company, Ranger company, sorry, and I've actually made 4 of these. There's the lovely little bird one. I just think they are so lovely, handy size to go in the pocket if that's what you'd like to do. And then they do just open very carefully by flipping out the bottom, as you can see, and then you've got your paper in there to scribble little bits and pieces on. I mean, it's not a great deal of paper, but it's enough if you just want to actually scribble something down at a moment's notice. I think it's probably about 6 sheets, I don't know for sure. I've not even counted them. I just put them together because I do like sending them out. If I'm sending to someone, I think it's just a lovely addition to a friend mail or something of that nature, and it is just about making someone smile at the end of the day. That's why we send things out to people. This one says, nature does not hurry and yet everything is accomplished. Well, we could all take a little bit of advice from nature, I think, as I often feel I'm paddling away upstream and getting nowhere fast. Oh dear, right, well that was totally off the cuff, so do bear with me. Oh my word. So those 4 came together, as I say, very nicely. Then I found another little printout from Artymaze, and if you're tired of me talking about Artymaze, then I can only apologise. She is my go-to person and I just love everything that she does. But I wanted to make some tiny little cards, but they're not tiny clearly. These are, oh, wrong way, 4 inches roughly speaking by 2 3/4, and then I just made some rather makeshift envelopes to go with the cards. They're lined inside but plain, so clearly they're going to come in handy for sending out as thank yous and that kind of thing. And then I've just put a little lace trim down the side there, and I just think this is really lovely, effective cards. The detail on the card, as always, is absolutely phenomenal. So you don't need to do a whole lot to it to make it look like a rather lovely card for someone. I think I made 6 of these all together. because you know what she likes. She's like, she gets all her bits and pieces out and then goes into batch mode and gets it all done. They're not too time consuming, but clearly rounding edges, adding stickles, putting the little liner into the card and making the envelopes does mount up. But it is a lovely little go-to project when you've got cards that you know you're going to need, to just put them together and then store them safely. There's another one. They've got the lovely little postcard statement on the front there. I'm really sorry, I don't know which kit or which papers these are. I got them some time ago, and it will be part of a larger kit, I'm inclined to think. And there is another one, a very, very delicate pink there. Look at that. I just think they are so, so lovely. So, you know, these will go out with my ATC swaps or whatever I happen to be needing to send out. I've anchored the little lace trim thing. It looks like Chinese knots all the way through on some red line tape, but with the heat and everything, it doesn't really want to stay where it's been put, and I really don't want to bulk it up with hot glue or anything of that nature, because if you look at the lace bit there, or trim, is very, very see-through, and I didn't want it to look gnarled up and chunky by adding the hot glue to it. So hopefully, you know, if you should get one of these, you know, you just have to iron it and that will probably stick it right down where it needs to be stuck. I'll just widen out a little bit so that you can see all these lovely little bits and pieces. I've got to push that forward because I've got some lovely little dangles to share with you. I'm sure you'll remember I made some dangles back along. Well, I've been at it again. I went to my go-to bead store, which is Totally Beads, www.totallybeads.co.uk or .com, I think, and they had a little sale on, and just I was hooked. So these are, it's a slightly different take on what I made last time, because I've done these sort of mini bugle beads as the dangle, and they are on lobster claw. The beads themselves, the large orangey pink ones, are fire polished, so they've got that wonderful, wonderful twinkle to them. I've then used size 11 seed beads in between the bugle beads, a couple of little pearls at the top here, and all of it is sewn through time and time again, so hopefully they will be quite durable and fit onto a journal, or you know, just something that you might want a little dingle dangle on. I just love making this kind of thing, and in the hot weather it's something that you actually don't have to spend a whole lot of time worrying about. You just sit quietly and get on with it, so to speak. And here is another set of beads from the same sale, again fire polished, but this time they are blue with a silver hue to them in the light. I've used the bulb pins and exactly the same principle stitched on each and every one of the dangles up through the bead, and then the pearls to set it off. I know when you're thinking about decorating journals and so on, you need to keep the colour scheme quite neutral, or at least something that would fit in with the whole array of colours that are available in digital kits these days. So I tried to make it something that was going to be fairly easy to accommodate on a journal. I did share these on Instagram, but wanted to give a closer look with them because they really are quite lovely. And then the final three here are again fire polished drop pearls, And then I've used some, it's all glass beads, I've used some beige and marble effect beads, and when you turn these over, they're a bit of a chameleon, and they do change colour with movement. I've used the bronze jump rings and lobster clasp there just to give them an anchor at the end of the day, and then this lovely pinky coloured seed bead, which again is high polished, just to add to the overall look and drop of the dangles. So that's my little share for today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all these little bits and pieces. I will be back again. I've got some other stuff that I need to share, but I've got a whole lot of finishing up to do first. As always, you know, I'm a bit like the cow's tail. I start off with good intentions, get sidetracked and end up being late for quite a few things, but that's life in a nutshell, isn't it? So I leave this with you. Take care. Thank you very much for sharing this time with me as always. Happy crafting, everyone. Stay well. Bye bye for now.